right, Leo, welcome to your reading. Let's see what is going on for you today with the full moon energy. Okay. Some of you might be getting a lot of musical or number, sort of like synchronous messages from the universe as you go through this. It could be about something that's just barely starting to come into your life. Okay, just a little bit of knowledge of something that's coming forward. We do have, we do have really breathe through this, really practice breathing. They're kind of showing me the idea of Lamaze before you give birth, because you're about to go on a big journey, okay? Crossing over to a new sort of existence, could be moving a long distance. I feel like you've been envisioning this birth, envisioning where you're going to get, and it's just almost like an anticipation of what is coming, okay? So really beautiful energy there. So let's see what's going on with this moon for you, okay? What are you releasing, and what are you making room for? Okay, underlying, cutting cords, a lot of that coming through with the earth connection. There's an eternal flame energy underneath. Some of you may really resonate with the weekly reading in the membership or Patreon or one-time purchase. It also comes out in kind of sections of sorts, but you don't get the whole reading. Okay, but some of you may resonate with that as it comes in, because we do have that you are being asked from the universe with this full moon to really expand your heart, to really bring it from this beautiful energy of you've worked through the root chakra, you've worked through your inner child, you are just finishing working through some of the control issues, and that means that you're ready to open up your heart. And when you open up your heart, the next thing that you'll work on is that throat chakra. So some of you are getting really aligned with your honesty, your truth. What you're releasing with this full moon is the goddess, okay? So this goddess energy could be body image for some of you, of what you have to be in order to be a goddess. Male or female doesn't matter. For others of you, this is about knowledge, okay, and acknowledging your wisdom about yourself and your heart and your physicality. Some of you may actually be walking away from some sort of spiritual practice or letting go of a divine partner, okay? What you're making space for here is creativity. Okay, because once you work on opening the throat chakra, then your third eye will open. And so I feel like some of you are working on getting to that space. Okay. And you might go backwards a few times. Emotional challenging in the overview underlying. Which is about almost like a fear of receiving that third eye energy, I think. Trying to control that third eye when it opens up. So love. Okay, let's get some clarifications here. Releasing and making space for. Interesting. Ace of Wands on the bottom. I do feel that there is a lot of passion that you're focusing on. A lot of your real creative fire is showing up in this reading. And so we've got the moon wants you to work on Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Unknown card. Again, you've worked on the control factor, which is why your heart is opening up so much with this moon. And when you don't try to control things, you just let what you know expand. And I feel like that's a very beautiful thing, because then you're not fighting against yourself. The Goddess, what you're releasing, Page of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. You're realizing that passion doesn't always equate to love, person, place, or thing. Just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean you're going to love to do it, okay? Or love to be with it, or that love is enough to be there. And I think that that's important for us to understand, whether it's in work or in a relationship. You can love someone and be at a distance, okay? What you're opening up for here is creativity, which really to me is the card of the Empress. And we have the Empress, the Hermit, and the Wheel of Fortune. I do feel like you are coming into a reunification of the inner child, and kind of going through the teenage sort of healing years. And some of you may be, I'm just going to say, some of you may be going into your host stage, okay? It's okay. You can go through your host stage. We all have been there, okay? It's okay, whatever that looks like for you. No judgment. But for others of you, I am getting this feeling that whatever you're birthing, you don't know yet, but you're just open to it, which is a really beautiful and powerful energy for you to be in. And it's going to bring a lot of transformation in your life. But we will see, okay? Because across the way here, we've got Nine of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Empress. So again, the more you work at this, the less you've believed in this Empress energy, okay? In this divine frequency. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Hermit. It's because you have run so high in the fire frequency. It's like that's how you were taught to be. You were taught, some of you have some great air in your chart, okay? Some of you weren't taught that there's this part of yourself of creativity that does come from the mind, okay? And so there's this part of you that's having to relearn that you can put the fire inside of a container and you can just use it to see what it is that you're divining. The Unknown card, the Knight of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I do feel like after you go through this process of release, whatever you're releasing, you are going to be opening up to love. You probably just don't see it yet, okay? Because we do have here the overview. You got two cards. You're completing that control factor and opening your heart so you can voice your concerns. This is something about your voice has been a very ancestral pattern, okay? And so that's why it challenged you to go in this new direction. For some of you, the challenge was to break out of this sort of doubly frequency, this obsessive, compulsive sort of a frequency of my fire has to be first, instead of just going with the flow, right? Because at the heart of this, we've got the Queen of Wands. But underneath the truth that you want to speak is the Knight of Pentacles and the Lovers. So you've been very slow with opening up to the idea of real love, okay? There's been a lot of passion, a lot of passionate love in your life, a lot of soulmates in your life. I did kind of go through that very small talk, which I might make into a short, about twin flame, soulmate, karmic, to explain that in the week reading. Hey, but you've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles to the Chariot. So what you're planting is actually not what you think you're carrying here. It's what you are carrying here and here that's actually being planted. The Lovers, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Swords. Some of you need to sit with this for a while in between worlds before you can be open to that kind of love. Okay? Because here at the center, we do have that Queen of Wands. Sorry about that. When I turned you back on, nothing else recorded. So on this Knight of Pentacles, what you think you're manifesting here? 10 of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Six of Wands. If I just keep remaining really solidly like passion is love, love is passion, that everything will be successful. Part of the problem here is that you've had a revolving door of patterns or people, places, and things that have not really shown you always shown you the love. Like if you put your passion into it, it didn't align with their love. If they put their passion into it, didn't align with your love. I feel like that's been a big problem, because what you are manifesting here is the Queen of Cups, the World, and the Eight of Swords. So you really do want a love that is not burdened. You want to cut yourself away from the patterns of the past. And that makes a lot of sense. But I think that sometimes you probably rush through because you want this sort of knowing to happen so quickly. The Lovers, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. Okay, so Spirit is saying, listen, you know, right? Once you move yourself forward, once you allow yourself to just have what you've wished for from the heart space, that love will come. But it's allowing yourself to get there, allowing yourself to know, right, that love comes when we're stable within ourselves. And I think that we often forget that piece of the puzzle, right? So for those of you that are leaving an energy behind here, tell me about any love messages, okay? I often fantasize about you, daydream about you every day, okay? Yeah. My world in reverse. You have a healing that needs to happen. Ooh, and that was like fingers down a chalkboard, right? You have to heal whatever this was that turned your world upside down in the past, because you have been picking energies that are not really your world. Very soulmate, karmic sort of energies, not the divine energy that you want and you feel connected to, because we do have an Emperor and an Empress here, and the Lovers, okay? The energy coming forward, thank you, Spirit. Have faith, okay? I have faith and hope in our connection and on us. I know you have been brought into my life for a reason. It is bigger than both of us. But there's a codependency here that has to be healed. You're so nurturing and magnetic, but you're a passionate queen. That's the part you have to work through. All three queens, right? You've got to work through these queens to get yourself to that Empress energy. Male or female, doesn't matter. There's some change happening here. And I do foresee that that's what you are working on. Again, Mars just had a big transit, but you're showing that your fire is the starter. I mean, you're a fire starter. So you start things with fire no matter what. Sagittarius crossing in reverse. So that means that you keep repeating patterns. You never get to that space of rebirth. Saturn energy, this is your biggest limitation to rising ascendant, or you could have been dealing with an ascendant related to Saturn placement. Okay, 11th house. Again, you have a lot of wishes. Solar eclipse on the bottom. Spirit saying if wishes were fishes, right, you would have an equal, relationship, okay? But it's not aligning to you because you haven't fully released, but I think you're there, okay? I do think you're there based on all the cards. You do tend to get swept away, caught up in the romance, okay? It has probably been to clear out old emotions, to clear out karmic energies, to heal, but it's time for that to bloom, okay? Nurture your blossoms and your thorns, okay? That's what Spirit is asking for. So let's close this off with an oracle. I'm going to stitch this together and get it out there for you, okay? Yeah, I think you've been holding yourself in place, but it's time to pull the anchor up, get honest with yourself, do the work between now and the new moon, and Spirit's like, we will hand you the key, okay? So beautiful energies. I hope that this helps you. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the week, and I will see you again soon. Much love. Bye.